Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. Today we're going to cover an introduction video on Star Atlas. Now this is a project that was actually one of the very first NFT or play to earn projects that I started really following seriously quite a while ago. Now there's quite a bit to this game and what they're developing. So I just want to cover a brief introduction. We'll try to keep this relatively short today. Make sure you stay to the end of the video so you can see all the great information that we do cover. That really helps us out on the channel when you do as well. But we'll go deep dive into a lot of the different aspects in future videos as we go. So what is Star Atlas? Well, it's a grand strategy game of space exploration, territorial conquest, political domination, and more. Imagine the grandest space adventure game you could ever think of, with full-blown economy, space pirates, mining operations. There'll even be ways that you can learn in their metaverse to do like courses and certifications. They basically want to create a game where you can, maybe lack of a better term, live in it, right? You can earn in it, you can learn in it, you can specialize in engineering, a shipbuilding. It's pretty amazing what they want to accomplish. So let's kind of go through the site and just take a look at a little bit more information here to get you guys up to speed. And if this is the first time you're seeing Star Atlas, this is probably going to blow your mind. So look, the first thing they lead with, right? Future of reality, a world vast beyond imagining. So what does that exactly mean? So they talk about the depth of the universe. You know, you're going to be able to immerse yourself in a spectacular living metaverse and experience the future. They're really taking that angle about how this is kind of where things are going to lead. You know, we have our Earth and our universe that we can live in, but there's no limit to the amount of digital universes that we can create, essentially, or metaverses. And just kind of, I love the interactivity of the website too. It's just really unique how they're doing this. So space technology of tomorrow, they're going to, you know, you can fly your state-of-the-art spaceship with 27th technology. There's lots of different spaceships that you can fly, right? You're not limited to just a few. There's a ton. You can explore different planets. There's different mining opportunities, different factions as well that you can choose. You know, there's the Oni region, the Mud Territory, or the Ooster, and that's actually who I'm with. That's my main faction. And of course, there's different reasons why you might want to be with them or not, or pick certain ones or not. Live and prosper among the stars. Basically, they're kind of selling that whole idea that I've been talking to you guys about, right? This is like a full universe that you can interact with and do so much. Build your fortune in your home in space. They're talking about you can out and explore and conquer. And I really think that the way that they're doing it, there's going to be like safe zones. So there's going to be areas where people can do commerce and trade safely, but then there's going to be like areas where it's kind of no law, right? Like go in a battle. Give an example. Say you both have a $100,000 ship and you get into a war out in these outskirts. Well, the winner takes all. You might lose your $100,000 NFT asset to the victor. There'll be some intense space piracy stuff that's going to happen here. EVE Online, a lot of people kind of relate it to in that aspect, where there's a lot of money that you could invest, but potentially also lose, right? So high risk, high reward. Star Atlas is also going to be doing something similar to that. So just kind of moving along, you know, what spaceship are you going to take first? There's ones from, you know, combat specialty ships. There's ones that are really quick, more used for commerce or trade. And then of course there's like your giant freaking battleships, which are going to be massive, that can hold hundreds and hundreds of people, you know. And the fact that you can buy these is just mind-blowing. You know, you can actually build a whole armada right now. Might cost you an arm and a leg. You know, some of the assets are 6 figures or more, at least they were back when, you know, I was looking at some of the prices. They might be a little bit more reasonable now, but even still, some of them were quite expensive. So they're talking about really bringing this economy into the game so that you can live, work, and play in their metaverse, right? So they're talking about the intergalactic prosperity. There's going to be mining towns, resource-rich areas, or hubs of economic areas. You know, this is where you're going to be mining. But you might need mining specialists, engineers, trading specialists, freight carriers, different pilots to pilot that. You know, by the time you're done, you're operating a freaking business. You know, with all the different areas you got to organize and coordinate just to mine and ship materials, which are going to be worth cryptocurrency, essentially. But you're running a business in the game to do that. You know, to be just an individual trying to operate and do all those aspects, basically from what I understand, is impossible. You know, you're not going to be able to do that. You can't do it all in this game. You have to specialize. We're talking about the marketplace, where you can buy and sell resources and services on the marketplace. And there's going to be like space hubs where maybe you can advertise your listings or your spaceships. So when people are walking through the marketplace, they'll look up and see a billboard, you know, and that billboard might be selling some ships that you could look at. It's really interesting. It also talks about, you know, here's the mining town dockyard. I mean, just how beautiful that looks. So you can land down on the dock on a sunny day to relax, watch your resource ships land and take off, listen to the deep humming of engines, admire the beauty of it all. This is going to be where a lot of it's like the port, right? Kind of like our ocean ports or our docks. This is where all the commerce and materials are going to come in and out of. There's probably going to be a trading hub nearby too. So just enjoy your ship for deep space travel. I mean, maybe you're an explorer. Maybe you just want to go to the far reaches of space and see what you find. You know, and there's different types of ships that can facilitate that. Like they're talking about the Calico ship manufacturer. They have a reputation of being home away from home, bells and whistles, ship could offer. Here's kind of like your default one that you can get to kind of take you where you need to go. Also, the crew quarters. You know, you're going to need to assemble a crew. There's going to be different roles that have to be filled in each of these ships. There might be a gunner role, an engineer, a medic, your doctor. You're going to need a captain, you're going to need different pilots. You're going to have to actually assemble a crew in order to properly pilot these ships. And not everybody is going to be specialized in all those different areas, right? So it's going to be the guild aspect or the faction aspect is going to be massive in this. This game is just so many years away, and I say that loosely. So many years could be like 4, maybe 5, to seeing a fully fleshed out game. I mean, they're making strides, of course, but what they're trying to accomplish here is probably the largest promise I've seen in all of Play to Earn, which is why I've hesitated covering this yet, because I wanted to make sure that when I started to cover Star Atlas content, where we really kind of go into it heavy, because there's just so many aspects to this game. They're trying to do so many different things. It's really quite astonishing. So crew quarters is awesome. You know, of course, there's going to be an area you can hang out. You know, whether it's on your ship or whichever ship you're mainly at, people can put up posters, put up things, make it, you know, cosmetic. You can control that. Maybe there'll be mini games, poker table, pool table, stuff like that they can add in there. Also, they're talking about here, you can take a look at one of these ships. So here's the Pierce R8. This is an awesome looking ship, and I mean, just look at the detail on that. It reminds me of like a smaller Death Star destroyer, because it's got like that same kind of design, but then the main captain's area kind of up at the top. So you can see this is just one example of that. You can change the colors, do lots of things with an editor, which is really cool. So let's keep going. Talks about living the freedom of the metaverse. So same thing, they're really kind of, and you've noticed this probably through the whole video so far on the website, they're really selling this idea of be in this metaverse, live in this metaverse, play in this metaverse. You don't need to go anywhere. This is all you're going to need to do, right? They want to create this whole universe, really. So just kind of moving along, they talk about customer character customization is going to be huge. There's going to be lots of different ways to do that to make everyone unique. Also, of course, decide the future in the direction of Star Atlas. There's a voting token called POLIS, where it's a governance token. So they have the traditional 2-token system. There's their Atlas, which can be used to purchase things like ships, and it's their in-game currency. And then Polis is the voting one. Let's just keep moving along here. It's talking about AI user Ustar work in progress. You can kind of see some of the art design here, which is just, the graphics are incredible, right? I mean, Unreal Engine 5, we're going to see, this is probably going to be one of the best or highest graphics Play to Earn projects we'll see for a while. They're just ahead of the game development too, right? They've been working so extensively on it. However, due to the nature of this style of game, space exploration, space games, we know traditionally from Web 2 games, these can take a long time to develop. You know, there's a lot of aspects for them to cover and implement. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of piecemeal that out and slowly allow us to play a little bit more and more and more. Like right now, there, I guess is what you could call a mini game. where you can stake your assets. You log in daily, you make sure that you give the resources, you feed them, you upload food, you upload ammo, and then you can kind of collect your atlas from that. So there is kind of this mini game clicker right now, I guess you can say, which is really a form of staking your NFTs or your ships. And that's been fun, you know, logging in once a day, just making sure that you can do that. And it's a great way to kind of start your collection up. And then they also are going to be on Epic Games. So this is something that's pretty big and recently announced, which is sweet. You know, so Epic Games is really kind of taking the reins for some of these top titles. The fact to see that Star Atlas is going to be on there is quite good. So like I said, I really wanted this just to be a brief introduction video. There's so much to dive into with this. Each one of those sections that we covered here on the left-hand side, really we could go into them and make a video on just each of them. And I definitely plan on expanding this content quite a bit, doing a video on tokenomics, doing a video on their marketplace, just their ships, their staking system, and right there we've got 5 additional videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please do me a favor, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. It does a huge favor to us here, lets everyone know that you guys are appreciating the content that we're making for you guys. Hit that like button because that's what helped the YouTube algorithm show this content to more people who are searching for Star Atlas or Web3 play to earn stuff, or even just cryptocurrency in general, right? And the more we spread awareness on this space, the better for everybody. And then, of course, last but not least, hit that bell notification to stay up to date with all the great content we have coming out for you guys on a consistent basis. Till next time, cheers.
Don't forget about our 1,000 subscriber giveaway where you can win $200, and if you need more information, be sure to join us on our Discord. See you there.